See, we started in 99, and that time this wire and cable unorganized sector was 96% and organized only 4%. So it was a tough challenge because it's a low interest category product and inusable. So it was tough, but then since we got the latest technology in the world, and we were the first company to make halogen-free wire. That's helped, and we made policy that we will be a marketing-driven company rather than sales-driven company. So that's helped us to grow much more faster and sustainable. Our focus was different because we had a very long-term vision to run this company. We are not like a night-by-flyer company. So, like when we started, we had a goal that first 5 years we will be making loss, and on 6th year we'll make profit. So for us, profit was a secondary rather than establishing the business. As an entrepreneur, we do most of things as our gut feeling. But after reaching a particular level, I think so you require a transformation whereby system, process comes in the picture. Otherwise, the team is also homegrown, the entrepreneur is also homegrown, and product is also homegrown. So after a particular level, I don't think so you can grow without transformation. And with this experience, I can say that every 10 years, each company should take as a transformation as a project.
As TPG, we were studying the various consumption trends and their growth in India. And one of the trends that caught our attention was the growth in consumer electricals, driven by the electrification drive that the government was driving in India. Today, on a per capita basis, India consumes less than 100 kilowatt hours of electricity per month. Compare that to US, that's more than 1000, 10x. Even compare it to small countries like South Africa and Chile, that's between 300 to 400 units. So there's a long runway for India to come along. And the added tailwind over here was the formalization of the economy from GST and e-way bills, right? Which was, like Gopalji said, driving the unorganized sector to the organized sector. We conducted a market survey and we got very clear feedback that the highest quality perception in the market was of RR Kabel.
See, investment in terms of the size of the company and the cost is not that big. But in terms of the major investment you need is some time of the top management to the team. And this could have been failed also. But what we did, that we got our team and we asked our team to drive this.
So you start by saying that how do I ensure that I am identifying the leaders for the future? They are the ones who are going to drive the transformation and sustain it. The other thing that we said is customize the pace of change to the maturity of the organization.
We are now 3 years into the transformation. It's been a great journey. It's still work in progress. It's not all done. We have touched upon multiple areas within the organization, right? So changed ERP systems, HR systems, changed supply chain processes, optimized our warehouses, upgraded the leadership team, done a M&A. So multiple things have happened. This has happened because of the combined strength of the incumbent team that we had in RR, plus the new hires that we have made into the senior leadership who are now working together as one unit. And having that level of visibility, employing analytics, leveraging data that's available within the system and from outside the system to create a tailored strategy, I think that has been a disruptive one. Agility that the organization has now developed and the data and analytic capability that they've developed has helped them to react very quickly to some of these external shocks.
RR Kabel is actually two separate divisions within the organization. There's a well-oiled machine. Cables and wires is a well-oiled machine. There was also the consumer business, the consumer durable business, which was like a fledgling startup. So all the enthusiasm of a startup behind it, and hence thought what we actually came in and developed was very different for both the divisions in terms of what it actually means to transform and how do you drive the change in the organization.
Our focus is into one is growth and educate the people. So we are the only company who's giving education to electrician, to consumer, to B2B customer, all. So our job is to make more and more education because the electrical safety is a big challenge in this country.
We started at a point where, you said sales happen for an organization when I build my first customer, right? Stock has moved out of my godown and sales has happened. Some industries have moved to the next level. They basically came in and said, that's not when sales happen. when a retailer gets stock is when sales have happened. We've actually taken it down to one level further. We've said that when an electrician has picked up stocks from the retailer,
That is when the sales is
that is when the sales have happened. Used it in a consumer's house. At that point is when sales happen. So you need a complete digital enablement behind it to be able to track it all the way through. To create this at scale, you get out to 1.5 lakh electricians, more than 1 lakh retailers across the divisions in the organization. And that is what is actually coming out and creating the entire change. Now, when we did this, because like Gopalji mentioned, the top has to be consistent in its message, but you have to celebrate it across the organization. You identify the leaders for tomorrow within the organization itself. And at that point itself, you essentially come in and say that how am I ensuring that this entire levels within the organization through first pilot implementations. When the pilots started growing 3 to 4x of everywhere else in the organization, there was a groundswell of support. People started saying, I want to adopt the change now. And that's when you know that the change has actually happened. The cultural, social fabric is actually evolving in the organization. One, if you go through a transformation has to be very human-centric. Right? You have to be able to gear your organization and people in the organization to be able to take it on. Second is take bold bets. Transformation is not about incremental transformation. This is about how will you innovate at scale? How are you actually going to ensure, and if you don't have capabilities, even acquire capabilities. That's exactly what we've done right now. Acquire the capabilities to be able to build that. And the third, get in the best capabilities across your functions, route to market, supply chain, tech enablement, analytics, HR, which we have actually been able to build together, create that as a digitally enabled ecosystem, which actually can just take it on from there and go to the next space.